One more video for tonight. Man, a beautiful record. Always a Chad and Jeremy fan from the days of old. Let me bring up Billboard's Hot 100 for you from the week of August 7th, 1965. I Don't Want to Lose You Baby by Chad and Jeremy, debuting at number 68 the week of August 7th, 1965. We will peak at number 35 on Billboard's Hot 100 for less than 2 months, 7 weeks. Chad and Jeremy. It's from the album of the same name, I Don't Want to Lose You Baby. I'll get into that in just a minute. Commercial folk music. That's how some people have described their music. Very laid back. The British invasion. But here's the thing about Chad and Jeremy. They were much more popular here in America than they were in England. They had only one hit record in England. That was Yesterday's Gone. That was a hit for them in England in 1963. That was put out here as a single in 1964, fall of 64. Beautiful record, one beautiful record after another. The Summer Song, back in the summer 64. Yesterday's Gone, fall of 64, I think. Well, Wait for Me, a song that was written back in 1932, went to number one on the adult charts for Chad and Jeremy. Quite an accomplishment for the British invasion, as a lot of adults, the 35 to 40, 45 year olds, they hated the Beatles, they hated the Stones, but to Chad and Jeremy, they were pretty much acceptable to them, although their hair was considered too long. But the music was great, though. But before and after, God, spring of 1965, before and after, plaintive. They were just plaintive and touching, a sense of loss in some of their records. Guess who wrote that record, though? Fan McCoy. And Fan McCoy also wrote this record, I Don't Want to Lose You Baby. Fan McCoy had the instrumental, The Hustle, the disco hit, The Hustle. Hustle in 1965, but he'd been writing and producing for years before he came out with that record. The Hustle, which came out, well, I've already mentioned it, 1975, repeating myself. And let me go to that album, I Don't Want to Lose You Baby. There's something else. Oh, wait a minute. Before I go to that album, I got to mention something about Chad and Jeremy I just found out about. A British publication, a music magazine from England called NME, they published this story that Chad and Jeremy were applying for citizenship in America. They're from England. But there was a catch. If they became citizens of America, they would be eligible for the military draft. Now, by 1965, the military draft was over in England, and they were from England. And it was over in England, but here in America, the Vietnam War was just getting cranked up big time. Johnson was singing in the Marines. The draft calls were soaring. 18-year-olds were getting drafted right and left, and had Chad and Jeremy became citizens of the U.S., they probably would have been drafted, and they didn't want to fight. They didn't want to fight for America, not in the Vietnam War. At any rate, let's go to this album, though. I Don't Want to Lose You Baby by Chet Jeremy. There's some interesting cuts on this album. If I can get to the album, let me just go back. Here we go. They cover Mr. Tambourine Man on this album. Don't Think Twice, It's All Right. They covered the Bob Dylan song, although the song was originally done. Well, it was done by Peter, Paul, and Mary. Hit for Peter, Paul, and Mary. Baby Don't Go, Baby Please Don't Go. That Sonny and Cher song written by Sonny Bono, covered by Chad and Jeremy on this album. And I guess that's most of these songs here covers. They did a couple of originals on this album, I Don't Want to Lose You Baby. Now there's one other thing I want to mention about this song, and now I'm directing this towards the record aficionados. These are the people who know oldies like the back of their hands. I mean, this song, I Don't Want to Lose You Baby, well, let me rephrase it. Remember the song back in 1966, All Strung Out, All Over You Baby by Nina Tempo and April Stevens? Oh my goodness. It sounds so much like this record, I Don't Want to Lose You Baby. Just listen, just take the 45s, if you got the 45s, or just take the YouTube videos and listen to the YouTube video to All Strung Out, and then listen to the YouTube video I Don't Want to Lose You Baby, and they sound so similar. I mean, the production qualities are so similar. The choruses, the hooks, they're very similar. It's like almost close to a carbon copy of each other. All Strung Out, a moderate hit for Nina Temple and April Stevens. And this song by Chad and Jeremy, a model. I can see how Fan McCoy wrote this song. It's got a Fan McCoy production on this record. I Don't Want to Lose You Baby. God, I just miss Chad and Jeremy. They came out with some great records. Remember the song they did back in the fall of 66? We Kissed on Distant Shores? And they had those lovely strings that floated right across. It was like dreamy set of strings that floated right across the record, like cumulus clouds. God, that was a beautiful record. Chad and Jeremy. I Don't Want to Lose You Baby, coming in at number 68 on Billboard's Hot 100, making its debut on August the 7th, 1965.